Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve, Omi, Earth 2 ANKR update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello, Dashie. Hello, Dashie. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below and become a member and Patreon and RayThax.dth domain name and not financial advice. Anywho, we do have a little bit going on today. We'll start with Earth 2 and then we'll get into the little bit of the heavier stuff. So Earth 2, not doing too bad. We had Shane on the other day talking about all of the
ecosystem, buildings, trading, resources, development,
all of that, and then take a look at the feed. All of the feed has been absolutely insane when looking at people claiming rewards, people using their essence to go and some people I think are still staking their essence, but some people are using that essence to build side droids. A lot of the raids the first couple days were largely unsuccessful, but nowadays, after people favorited the ones that, oh hey, I'm actually getting something from there, constantly raiding, they're constantly getting a bunch of their ether back. You take that ether, you convert it into essence, you can make side droids, and you can constantly get ether from other players. It's been pretty wild, and Shannon said the side droid tidal wave has well truly hit Earth 2. Swarms of side droids and come and wreak havoc. I love it when the game activity feed is on fire. It's taken time to turn things around internally over the past few months, but I feel we're turning that corner. Yeah, agreed 100,000%. They'll give it another 3 or 4 months. They'll continue to deliver things as they have. And then what happens? Well, we might get an exchange. I don't know if we're going to get that this summer. I actually wouldn't expect that until the second half of the year, but we'll see. We'll keep everyone posted. Moving on. Shane also says, just rushed through a few updates that I thought were important for Earth 2. Rating, they went live on site as of a few moments ago. Properties will not auto-zoom focus in map on selection now. Can filter target properties by size now. Target icons to allow manual auto-zoom. And then you have, while the auto-zoom is a cool feature on the map, it chews up a lot of juice on the client-side device, so I feel we needed to quickly make some design updates, implement, and release. There are still target icons in relevant places for when the player wishes to visualize their property, target, property, etc. The property size filter, I'm sure many will also find useful. These updates should allow players to feel more streamlined experience with less lag. Comment down below if you feel any of those. And now a little bit on to the heavier stuff. Carl Icahn. I made a tweet about this man before. You know how in Marvel movies, or Marvel comics more specifically, you have the Watcher that only comes around when something like Civil War is happening, when Battle Planet is happening, when really any type of major Marvel conflict is happening. They only come around. Last time Icahn was around, at least what I remember, comment down below if you remember anything different, is that he was on TV in 2008 talking about this big financial crisis, and everyone's like, I don't know, man. And, well, we'll see what happened. So he was on CNBC before talking about Fed rates going a lot higher and talking about the markets like collapsing. And there were rumors about a little bit of cracks in the housing market. I went and talked to my friend Steph, who's been on the podcast before. It's a real estate agent. She said, well, as of right now, you do have a lot of sellers refusing to lower their prices. And she says that there is going to come time where there is an inflection point. She believes that time is probably relatively soon, where you go and you have the prices so high that the buyers just don't want to buy. And then the buyers just can't qualify for that if the rate is going to be so high. In that case, sellers will undercut each other. They'll go down. When does that happen? Does that mean there's a crisis? I don't know. Probably not. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be a crisis, but just because, again, when Carl Icahn speaks, and he's not just, a billionaire. He's a deca-billionaire. Like, he is worth 11 figures. Most people don't even make it to 7. He's at 11. $17 billion is absolutely wild. So, yeah, he knows what the heck he's doing. And when he speaks, we should listen. So I kept my OMI. I sold most of the rest of my crypto. I'll get back in when things kind of calm down, when things settle down. Could I be wrong? Sure. It could be just a little bit of a decline, accumulate, things go back up, things could be, But when you have Iran trying to reverse engineer all our stuff, and then a Russian fighter jet forces down a U.S. drone over the Black Sea after intercept, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of negative things are hitting at once. Is this an attack on the crypto? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I will say that, it scared me to the point where, again, I'm still in OMI. Earth 2's essence is not listed on an exchange, but I did sell a lot of my other crypto. And again, it wasn't a ton. It was like 7K, whatever. That being said, ANKR, I said before, like a week or two ago, if Anchor went down to 2 cents, I would put in another 10K into it. So yes, if it still goes down to 2 cents, I'll put the funds that I had in it back in, and then another 10K on top of that. If it does go down to 2 cents, I don't think it does, but anyway, speaking of Anchor, you do have an update saying they've been listening to our concerns and understand that some users have encountered issues with our existing staking architecture. We're excited to announce that we have reworked the architecture to provide you with a seamless staking experience. In addition to the solutions provided by the new architecture, we've managed to significantly reduce the price of transactions when claiming rewards, restaking, and unstaking. Plus, we will enable you to unstake a fraction of funds in addition to that entirely. To use the new version of Anchor Staking, all you need to do is send a migration transaction. The rewards will be auto-claimed and sent to your wallet as idle Anchor. Your staked funds will be safely migrated to the new version and remain staked. And the cost of a migration transaction is approximately the same as that of a reward claiming transaction, so you don't have to worry about overspending. Staked assets will continue accumulating rewards even if not migrated. However, you won't be able to see your staking or reward stats until you migrate. So we strongly recommend that you migrate now and experience our new and improved staking. Thank you for your continued support. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. On top of that, so that's the Anchor news, getting to the Veve stuff right now. So Coffee Chris did a pretty good tweet before, which I have to go and Chris Coffee ETH, which I have to go and shout out, because yesterday I did a little bit. I was a little into it, a little feeling myself in the workout video that I was doing, and I was just kind of talking crap about a decent amount of the people that were they weren't just anti NFT, but when shown that, oh, hey, yeah, we should agree on some things, that we love the environment and we love and we should unite against things that are bad against the environment, and but here's how Veve NFTs are not bad for the environment, and how Funko Pops, any other type of plastic, and layer ones, a bunch of stuff that's out there already is bad for the environment. They kind of just don't like to be proven wrong, and they kind of brought me down to their level. They threw insults. I didn't insult back over on Twitter. I definitely did in video. I'm going to keep those up because I feel like to take that down is to try to say like, oh yeah, for me trying to hide something, so I'm not. But that being said, Chris Coffee did a very good thread, and I'll read part of it, saying, I made a Sesame Street NFT response video, but I don't think I'm going to post it because people genuinely feel hurt, believing what was once wholesome is now a cash grab that's bad for the environment. I don't believe in fighting violence with violence. I prefer to educate. Thread. And it says, Sesame Street has been associated with many cash grabs if selling collectibles is considered as such. They've sold consumers products since I've been a child, so please inform me how this is different. By the way, they also sell Funko Pops, which leads to the next argument. $30 million worth of Funkos are going to a landfill, opposed to what we see happening with NFTs, which is recordable environmental impact on a 99.9% carbon neutral chain known as Immutable X. If you actually are environmentalists and don't suddenly care, you can look at the kilowatt breakdown on their site, and it goes into much more detail of the energy usage. People don't want to have these conversations because being angry is easier. I hope one day as humans we can discuss things without threats, rage, and saying horrible things to one another. Until then, most conversations lead to a dead end. Normally, I don't try to dox people, or I don't try to say, call anyone out. But when you have someone called Chasna, CHASNAH7, which is spelled out C as in Charlie, H as in Hotel, A as in Alpha, S as in Sierra, N as in November, A as in Alpha, H as in Hotel, numeral 7. When that person goes and says, alert, pedophiles are using the red O symbol to identify one another online, be aware that all accounts with this symbol in their display name are pedophiles, that person can go unalive themselves. That person can go be wiped off the face of the earth. That person does not deserve to enjoy whatever they enjoy. But that's just my take. Like I said, obviously, Chris is much nicer than me. I'm not that nice, so yeah. In other news, we have Reverend Alex G mentioning that Sesame Street Cookie Monster will be animated. So I am pumped for that. We do get that in a couple days, or at least the Medium article we'll get in a couple days. It shouldn't really tell us anything that we don't already know. 5,555 editions, $60 per edition. And then, like you said, it's going to be animated. It might show the animation, so I'm pretty excited for it. You also have Dan Chabell going in saying, as promised, I'm reporting on Veve's marketing and promo efforts. The Sesame Street drop is a great PR hit because Variety.com gets about 28.5 million monthly readers and it's highly respected. This piece was also syndicated as in republished on Yahoo, which also gets 180 million monthly readers. Variety is a respected news site in the entertainment industry, and the connection between Veve and a popular IP like Sesame Street is very good for the company. Anytime Veve gets pressed for one IP, it markets all the IPs because when you go onto the Veve app, you see all the other brands. When you get coverage in respectable pub like Variety, it opens the door to getting more coverage from them and others. And more on Dan Chabell on this one point. He mentions that awareness is a good start in an inverse pyramid, saying awareness at the top, and then you get consideration from people, and then you get preference, and then you get people to purchase, and then you get that loyalty. So shout out to Dan Chabell for being a just absolute fountain of knowledge. We love him. More on the Veve stuff. We do have dappergan.eth saying, first appearance of PSA autographed, graded, and encapsulated David Yu signed Veve logo card, printed date 27 December 2022, and it got a PSA 9. So you can't really see it. Let me go and put that down real quick. There we go. Brightness down. You can see it. Pretty dope. And then you have... I wanted to bring this up. Our good friend Wes has said, do you think Master Collector Program will come out on Veve this month? And the two options were, yes, I can't wait. It says, no, I like to FUD. I think you can say no and still be bullish on this. Even if the Master Collector Program, which is rolled out to a lot of different people already, even if it doesn't roll out fully this month, you could still be very bullish on it, saying it'll probably roll out at some point next quarter to everyone in conjunction. You also have OUP as well. You have waitlist. You have changes coming to OUP. It's very, very excited. I'm very, very bullish, even if I think that it won't be fully rolled out until starting next quarter. But again, that's just me. Moving on. So we have someone named Stefan Casriel, who's a leading commerce and fintech at Meta, who had said that some product news across the company, we're looking closely at what we prioritize to increase our focus. We're winding down digital collectibles, NFTs for now, to focus on other ways to support creators, people, and businesses. A lot of people looking at it as negative, and I can understand why. They're saying, oh, hey, Meta's not getting into NFTs, which means that less people will be attracted or know about NFTs, which is bad for the space. And yes, I can see that argument. But you could also look at it like this. Here's one company that actually could give Veve a run for their money if they have the money, they have the tech, they could do some partnerships, they have the manpower. They could buy their way close or similarly to how we do certain things. And that could have taken some market share. But they're not. Again, you could interpret that whichever way you want. Just throwing both of those ideas out there. We had the Amazing Spider-Man of 1963, first appearance of the Lizard, come out today. That sold out in 1 second. I went live for it this morning, and I was so enthralled in the comments. I missed it. I missed the drop. Shame on me. Fool me once, fool me twice, fool me chicken soup with rice. Comment down below if you get that reference. But it was a nice $30-ish thousand for Veve today, so shout out to them for that. There was a little bit of confusion about the MODOK airdrops today. So if you saw your full amount of sets last night go from, let's say you had 30 sets and suddenly went to 29 and you couldn't figure out why, it's because that's when they minted all of the MODOKs and they didn't airdrop them out until today. So when they did airdrop them out and you got it, then it went back to your normal number of sets. Alex says, can confirm that the 2,240 airdrops were delivered based on 1,775 eligible users. And those eligible users, they included those who got multiple. And you have to add the additional 90. So that 90 held, which means 2,330 total editions. That's the amount that were minted. That's the amount that were made. But again, 2,240 of the ones were the ones that were handed out. So when you go and you get that, you take a look and say, all right, yeah, this is pretty cool. It's a secret rare. It is going for about $24 right now. If you take a look at some other things around that, like we have a Riri Williams from the last set, which has 2,500. She's going for around $11. So I don't know if this should really be $24. I mean, it is a secret rare. It was the part of the utility, was part of the airdrop. I just don't know if it should be more than double of what Riri Williams is. I feel like maybe it should be around 15 to 20, give or take. I don't know. It is, however, the only thing that is above retail on that whole Marvel Mighty's drop. So yeah, moving on. We have new rankings for the top 50 comics to hold long term on Veve from Comics and Crypto. I'll just read the top 10 for you. Fantastic Four, number 52, and this is descending, by the way, going from 10 down. Number 9, Journey to Mystery number 85. Then we have Strange Tales 110, Fantastic Four number 5. I think that should be a little higher. Daredevil number 1. We have Amazing Spider-Man number 1. That's in our top 5. And then 4321 is Journey into Mystery number 83. Fantastic Four number 1. Marvel Comics number 1. And Amazing Fantasy 15. I definitely agree with that top 3. We're right there. Comment down below your favorite comic to hold for the long term. I do not believe that this is Gary Vaynerchuk. But somebody made the point of saying, hey, look, Gary Vaynerchuk's selling all his Todds. And the person has a lot of Todds. It could be. Probably not. But yeah, has eight of them, just a Todd wall at 772. I'll get one at some point. I'll keep y'all posted. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.